Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
Um, as a Philly fan, I'm praying the Phillies can at least win today to salvage something.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sad.
yeah, last night was kind of as much as the before and after of last night was really awesome and it was a great time. Like the game itself was kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, we knew the undefeated streak wasn't going to last forever, but did we expect to lose it at home? Maybe not. I kind of felt like it was going to be a draw.
It felt
But
like a draw that
but I also
maybe we should have won, but we're going to
but I
talk
also had a
about.
bad feeling coming into it, to be honest.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
RSL was hot still.
yeah, they're legit. I mean, we lost to an actual good opponent. So, I mean, it's not like we played terribly either. It's just, yeah,
Well, we'll talk about
yeah,
that.
we will.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it was a disappointing night, and I know people out there are frustrated right now. But
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna share some really good things from today as well, and we'll talk about the realities of the situation. That was the
Mm-hmm.
game of Union versus RSLs. We're gonna talk about the St. Baldrick's
Mm-hmm.
and the Stash Bass event. And then we're also going to give our thoughts on Union Yards overall. But
Mm-hmm.
before we get started, what we're wearing today?
Well, I have another new item to share. Just got it. I have a Julian Carranza bootleg MLS t-shirt, and it is fantastic. And I cannot wait to wear it to a game.
Hmm. I still have a really funny uh, MLS bootleg, but I won't say it on here. I'll tell you off air. Anyway, and then and I am wearing the Laramie dupe t-shirt. This is we haven't been to Laramie yet this
Yeah,
year.
well, ever since, we park, it was easier when we parked at the old SOB lot. We'd always go over to Larimer after the game and wait out the traffic. And then now it's like a bit of a walk to go over there and then go back to our car in G lot
Or you could just jump the fence.
or walk down the train tracks, which seems really sketchy, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but we need to get over there soon.
Yeah, because we haven't been there in quite a while.
It's always a good time.
It is. It is. And they have some good stuff. So we definitely have options now, which we're going to talk about. So,
We are.
yeah.
So, but
Oh,
before
and before we continue too, so I'm wearing that new headband you got me.
yeah.
So I got a couple of these, and I love headbands and I wear them all the time. There was I am not going to be showing, of course, the headband they gave away at the game last night because I, like a lot of people, missed out on them. They ran out of them, I heard, in 3 minutes, and they had them in the style of the 2 kits that the team wears, and I was utterly devastated to find out that they gave those out and I didn't get one. But shout out to Jesse who said he was gonna hook me up with one, so,
Yeah, thanks,
awesome.
Jesse. Friend of the
Appreciate it.
show, Jesse, always promoting, and I really appreciate that.
Mhm.
But before we get started, where can people find us?
So you can find us on all your major podcasting platforms, and we are on social media at Twitter at TOTWAG, and we are on Facebook and Instagram at the One Team We Agree On. We also have a website, theoneteamweagreeon.com, and you can find us on YouTube.
Yeah, and with the website, we got some articles going to come out this weekend, I think. I know I am going to be doing an away day kind of thing for DC.
Yep, because
I'm
we are
go
heading down to DC.
Yep, and I'm gonna probably do a little write-up on St. Baldrick's. I'm sure you're gonna do some
Mhm.
write-ups on the atmosphere and experiences as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some things that'll be coming out, so
All right,
yeah.
so let's get started. First on our list today, let's talk about the Union Yards.
Yeah, so we got there, what about like 3:50? Union Yards was having its grand opening at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we got there, there was a line of people just waiting to, be let in. And so we actually, sadly, go I did not go to their kind of little soft opening thing. They had the
We
media,
both were
yeah,
busy
because of
that
work
day.
schedule. I really wish I could have gone. It looked like a good time. But you know, we got to see it, of course, yesterday. So there's the line of the people outside when you get in.
I was really impressed by that. I
Mhm.
gotta be honest with you. I was kind of walking in saying there'd probably be like one or two people waiting to get in, but good on the union for like promoting it and actually because last year we always were like, yeah, the union never promoting this thing, and now they were
Well,
like,
they've been
really,
promoting it hard now,
yeah.
so
So good for them.
yeah, and I know, like, remember, we're in Sons of Ben, okay?
Yeah.
We promote Sons of Ben all the time.
All right.
We promote their tailgates. We're not gonna stop going to Sons of Ben tailgates. It's the best deal around.
You're right.
But that being said, I think this is a nice option as well because I'll tell you what, I thought the atmosphere all around between having Sons of Ben and Union Yards was pretty cool.
Yeah, just sitting out there on the street, well, standing out there on the street talking to some people, um, and looking around.
Mhm.
It was really nice. It was cool. There was a lot of people in that area, more than we've seen normally. So that was very good to see. And, you
Yeah.
know, s-
Yeah, so we got a bunch of pictures from it. So when you go inside, here is it's going up the stairs, there's a bunch of artwork and you will have seen these at the Art of Dupe, some of these artworks.
yep.
So at the bar, they had a pretty good draft list. A lot of Dogfish Head on, like, you got your local beers, Dogfish Head, Sterling Pig, was on there. Forget what else, but
The Chimney
the
Creek.
Chamonix Creek. Yeah, so there's a bunch of local ones on. So pretty good selection. Sebastian Latou was a guest bartender there for an hour, so he's in one of the pictures we have here. Yeah, there he is. He's signing stuff. And then, so basically, it's kind of like a German beer hall type style, like long communal tables. They have a whole bunch of TVs around. When it gets hotter out, I see they have ceiling fans to help control that. That'll be nice though for when it's hot out or when it's like rainy. Because early in the tailgate, it was like cold and kind of rainy. It did get better up, but it's still a little chilly, but not too bad.
And no, and they had the nice heaters up there. It was a little warm in there, and it
Oh, and
was nice.
breaking news, Union 2 just scored finally.
Oh, good.
Union 2 are playing as we're recording this. They're down 2-0. So yay. And it was off a free kick. Oh, was that Kyle Tucker? Nice.
Nice.
Sorry for the distraction there, but anyway, so I thought, yeah, inside was pretty cool. And then there's the giant boot room. Okay, Giant is the sponsor here. And I still want to know, are they going to have like Marty the robot thingy going around?
Yeah, and that's
But
pretty cool. And I
yeah,
imagine as the years go on, they'll have all the players sign these boots.
yeah, yeah.
So they had this year's squad, you were looking for them, and they had a couple other people sign them, but it's nice.
Yeah, so the giant boot room that is able to be rented out. But it was just open to everybody at this point. And so yeah, lots of cleats there signed by the players and we went up and saw more of them. We might have another picture of them um close up. I guess not. But yeah, thought I had, but I didn't. But yeah, like there was a whole bunch that were signed by the players. And then you walk out and I thought this was smart. They had a
Yeah,
merch
I like
stand.
this. They do. They have a merch stand with some hats and all some of the popular items that are being sold. So it's
Yeah.
kind of just a pop-up shop, and I really thought this was smart.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea because, I mean, let's be honest, you know, you don't always have time to go to the actual team store. Because when I went inside for the game yesterday, the line to get in the team store was quite long, longer than normal. So I didn't even bother going in because I usually
Right.
take a lap in there. But yeah, no, it's nice to have those options for sure.
It really is. And I thought it was cool. They had some
Yeah.
cornhole. They had the fire
Yeah, they
pits.
had fire pits, they had like big Connect Four games and different stuff
Some of the
outside.
stuff they had last year, they got some.
Yeah.
They're doing some really nice stuff here, and
Yeah, so they redid a lot of the outdoor, part they like put planters in and stuff. So, made it look a lot nicer tables and they have the lighting and so yeah, and then there was live music.
they moved the taco stand back over there, and then they had the food stand too.
Yeah, so they had food outside there. So lots of good options. Of note, they have some porta potties out to the right of the building, but also they have indoor bathrooms. There's three single
Yeah,
mixed gender bathrooms, which if you show the next picture there, Kyle.
yeah, this is pretty cool.
So this is in the area where the bathrooms are, like the
Yep.
little hallway there. And so there's all these posters on the wall of just all the years of the union. So I thought this was really cool.
I did too, and just seeing the different like Philly's family, and then just some of the old and even new, like the Andre Blake stuff and um, Beavis and Butthead with Bridge Brigade stickers stuck up in there in the corner.
Uh-huh.
That was a nice little touch there.
Yes.
But that's a really nice. That was actually one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, same.
And then
So we
so
were
let me get out of this real quick here.
yep.
Just double check and make sure we have everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get back to that
We'll
in a
keep it
sec.
chronological here.
Yep. We'll stop sharing for a second. So
Yeah.
overall thoughts of the early atmosphere, like when you're there maybe an hour before
Mhm.
kickoff. I really like that environment. I was really impressed with how many people showed up.
Yeah.
I think this is a very good viability for new fans, but
Yes.
also then you look across the street from
Mhm.
Union Yards and you see Sons of Ben tailgate is doing very well. So for
Yeah.
me, the concerns of the Sons of Ben members are saying, "Oh, this is awful. How can this happen?" A, you're gonna get a better deal over at our tailgate. I mean,
Mhm.
number one, I mean, you're paying over there
It's $10
$10 a
beers.
beer,
Yeah.
even at happy hour, say what you want for, membership price, you can drink all you want, eat all you want.
Mhm.
There's good music there. It's a collaborative atmosphere that can create a holistic environment, A, and B, for MLS stadiums. Now I haven't been to everyone. We've only been to a handful. I don't know where there's right in the
Like the complex having stuff.
complex, there is a atmosphere beer hall right there where you can just walk across the street and you're in the
Yeah.
stadium.
Yeah, because
I
all the
think
ones
this
we've
is
been to,
cool.
it's been like either like think about it. Okay, Red Bulls had like nothing around it,
I
right?
mean,
It was like parking lots. And
it's funny you should say it's because Todd
Cincinnati
Lewis,
probably was the one that had the most like stuff nearby because it was
but it
but
wasn't on the stadium proper.
right.
Me and Todd Lewis were talking about this walking in the stadium. We were like, and him and I both are going through this. I'm like, what was in Nashville? I'm like, he's like, nothing.
And again, like DC has stuff like nearby, but it's not right at
But
the
again, it's
stadium.
like Cincinnati. NYCFC. I mean, now with their new complex,
Maybe.
potentially. Um,
Colorado had absolutely nothing around it. There's a
nope.
nature preserve around it. And free parking though. So props to them for
And
that.
Nature
But
Reserve was really cool.
nature preserve was cool. Highly recommend.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
But anyway, um,
Montreal has nothing because we've been there.
we've been there. I mean, again, the botanical gardens are right there, which also is really cool. And if you go up to Montreal, you
And
must see
also
them.
the Biodome.
The biodome was cool.
Yes, so there's a lot around, but there's not
There's
a
some
lot around like where you
But
go
to be,
get
like,
beer.
tailgating and, like,
Yeah.
on a real, like and have a beer hall and all that stuff right there, like, literally steps from the stadium is awesome, and I think, if they keep adding stuff around that area, I think that'd be really cool. I mean, could you imagine if we had stuff along the waterfront too?
Right, and so
There's
that's
so
what
much.
Tyler's saying, like, do you want food trucks, like, pop-up? Like,
Yeah, some food trucks would
imagine
be great,
I mean, food trucks, maybe, like, even when we went to Red Bulls last year,
Yeah.
how they had, like, like, little skills games, like the soccer
Yeah,
like, they
those
have
are
them
fun.
right by the stadium now, like, what is it, like, there's a couple, but
Yeah.
bring those out, put more, like, vendors and sponsor stands out there, and just put that out there too, then kids can, like parents are going. I get why they do that though, because of Lot C, so, okay,
Yeah, it makes me think, like,
there's a lot of options.
think about, like, how it is at Camden Yards, like, you go to an
Oh,
Orioles
yeah.
game, like, how there's all stuff, like, right there, which is cool, or when we went to Fenway, some of the ballparks that
Mhm.
you go to for baseball games, I mean, how fun it is, like, having places right there, those were 2 of my favorites. So, um, you know, but to have options right there at the stadium are nice, for sure.
For sure, and talk to some people in the know, it sounds like they're gonna eventually do, um, away games there at Union Yards, that'll be a nice option for
Yeah,
fans.
and it's open all during the game, and it's also open till 11 p.m. So it's great for post game because that's something like what we would do post game. I'd be waiting for you, Kyle, to get out of the
Yeah.
presser or whatever. And so I'd either be hanging out at the stadium, for a while or, go hang out the Sons of Ben lot with some of the other Sons of Ben people, or we'd hang out at Union Yards, but they just had like kind of the tacos there, and that was kind of it, like wasn't much
Right.
going on. But had so much fun. I mean, we'll get into it, but it's like having that option after was great. I mean, do
Yeah,
we want to talk about that now? Like,
we'll talk about
yeah,
that
we'll
later.
talk about that, but, like, it's nice having that option for afterward too, and so because everyone, moans about the traffic situation. So,
Right.
I think there's a lot of positives, and I get it, like, a lot of Sons of Ben are like, uh, you know,
Yeah.
the blah, 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 but, like, I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think,
Yeah, it's
again,
great.
people that are invested in this, people still will see, yeah, Sons of Ben is a really good deal.
Here's my thought. Is this gonna affect us from not going to the Sons of Ben tailgate?
No, and I think a lot of people, it's
No.
not gonna change how they feel about that.
No, it's not.
If
It
anything, I think some people too might be like over at Unions and think, "Oh," they might see, "Oh, that's a really good freaking deal over there."
yeah,
I mean, especially if you get the early bird pricing. Okay, it's like for members, 12 bucks. I spent just about that on 1 beer, you know?
right.
So,
I mean, it's not gonna affect our thing,
no.
our habits. I think it can build a fan base on both sides and the support group. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
And if you want to check it out and you were unable to get to the game and you're gonna go to the Meet the Team on May 9th, hey,
Mhm.
there's an opportunity to check it out. So,
Yeah, and of note, if you are a Sons of Ben member and you have the um team like coin or the Sons of Ben like coin thing, if you show that, I think after the game, I think it is, you get half price drinks. It's like $5 drinks or something like that. It's like half price.
that's dangerous.
Yeah. So just FYI.
That's dangerous for me. That's very dangerous. Yes, come see
They have some
Kyle.
deals for Sons of Ben afterwards.
Come
So I think
see
that's cool.
come see me at the bar after the game if I'm not
Yeah, you'll be
impressed
yeah.
if I'm not impressed
Guess
by
it's probably gonna be going up in in the press box from now on, right? 'Cause
yeah,
yeah.
$5 beers. I'm like, "Oh, well, sorry, Joe. No.
No.
No, no." So let's talk about the Sons of Ben, and, partnering with St. Baldrick's,
Yeah.
for the, um,
Yes.
Brave the Shave.
Yeah, so last year this was held on the day that we wore the Parley kits and
Yeah,
Ua had his hat trick and it was that really rainy game. So this event was like held inside in the trailer, the shipping container thing there. And um and you had kind of just like joined in that day. You decided to, shave your head. So this year, of course you planned on doing it.
yeah,
It was more of a planned thing. And so this was good and we just got you 2 just got scored on, sweet.
anyway,
Anyway, so, they also had the Stash Bash, and, so they had kind of like, yeah, everyone would, like, cheer the loudest for who they thought had the best mustache and stuff, so and then Fang was walking around the tailgate, and he had a mustache on, which,
we will not discuss.
yeah, we all thought it looked like a certain something. Anyway,
Oh,
so
yes.
but it was cool to see it was cool Fang was there as part of that. And then so there's some of the Stash Bash participants.
Yeah,
Yep. And then we of course had
He's
the
only a
head
couple years
shaving.
old.
Kyle
All
was you were
right.
the first to be
All right.
yeah.
shaved, and actually I
Frank's
had
only a
some more
couple
on
years
video
old. He
there.
hasn't gone to.
You can
He's
look at
only a
that
couple years
'cause
old.
that's a later
All right.
video of it. But Fang did the first.
Oh,
Pretty sure I
excellent.
sent it to you, but did you skip it?
Let me see if it's in here. I
Maybe
don't
you didn't.
yeah,
Anyway, I had video of it.
maybe it didn't upload.
Maybe.
Alright.
Well, anyway, Fang started the head shaving, so Fang shaved your head a little bit first,
Yep,
and then I believe his name's Henry,
yep.
um, from Friend Two Fades. Believe is his business. He volunteered his time shaving heads, and he did a fantastic job.
Fantastic. I'll be honest with you, shout out if you're listening to this, we'll tag you in it, but he when he got up, he was like, "Hey, do you want your eyebrow shaved? Do you want your neck shaved?" I'm like, "Well, yes, I do." It wasn't just, "Okay, we're gonna shave your head." It was very well done, very well groomed, and I'll tell you what, it was one of the best head shaves I've had in a while.
Yeah.
Probably even better than what I had in college.
Yeah, so yeah, real good stuff. So we really appreciate it. And So yeah, your small amount of hair that you had is now gone,
Yep.
and for good cause. And then of course Rob got his head shaved, and Jeff Mitchell got his
Yes.
head shaved, and a couple other people as well.
It was a
So
good
yeah,
turnout.
and again, thank you all so much for everyone who donated.
Right.
You had made you
You
had actually hit that $1,000 mark beforehand, but then as of yesterday, we had more donations. So
Yeah, we're at
last time I checked, we were
13,000.
not 13,000, one thousand
Oh,
three
yeah.
hundred fifty.
Yeah, right.
So
I wish we were at 13,000. That'd be amazing.
but yeah, I mean, this is such an important cause, and honestly, like I've had, I've had personal relationships with several kids who have gone through cancer, and from a couple students
Yeah,
of mine who've gone through it and thankfully beaten it, and as well
yeah.
as, of course, one of everyone's favorite Philadelphia Union fans, Elliot, who,
Right.
I mean, incredible story that he has, and shout out to Elliot and his family, the Slocum family. So I just and then of course not just childhood cancer, but just cancer in general, we've been affected by this a lot. So I think, it's been really important for us to raise money for that cause.
Absolutely. So again, shout out to everybody who donated. We had a
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah. So anyway, that was fantastic. And then we you can
Yeah,
share more.
good.
So I was really excited. My brother Patrick and his girlfriend Lynette,
Yeah.
they joined us. Now it's Patrick's first union game ever, and so he's actually my first sibling to come to a game. So we all agree that he is the best one.
Yeah,
Uh,
better than Kendall.
yeah, better than Kendall. Now, Kendall won't listen to this anyway. And so and then Lynette's awesome. She actually has been to games like a long time ago, like practically 10 years ago, I think she said. But so super fun. Now, unfortunately, they had to leave from the tailgate. Their dog got loose from their house. Their neighbor had accidentally let their dog out, and gotten loose. So unfortunately, they didn't actually get to the game, but they're
Mhm.
going to come to another one sometime.
Yeah.
But other than that, they had fun. But anyway, it was good to have them there, and of course, all of our other friends that were there. So we had a good time, and of course, we were wearing the flower tops, and Paul and me and I were both sporting those, and she had her flower glasses, and a bunch of us. Actually, I don't know if I sent you all the pictures, but I have a picture of all of us with like Fang too, with the flower tops.
It
And
didn't upload.
yeah, Kyle taking all those L's, but
I am.
no,
I am.
it's all good. So yeah, we had a good time at tailgate for sure.
We did. We did. So after the Stash Bash, we went back over to Union Yards and did
Yeah,
something fun.
yeah,
Dave Leno and Sage Hurley.
yeah. They're doing
They
like a
a
chalk talk.
chalk talk, and
Yeah,
this is really cool. And so basically, they just kind of did like a in-game live preview, not
yeah. Preview of
in-game
the game.
layout.
Yeah,
So they did a live preview of the game, and
good crowd on hand there
it
too.
was. So
And I definitely include that video. I'm guessing it didn't upload either, but
I think it uploaded later. So here, let me find it. Here we go.
okay. Yeah. So Dave
Union!
was
Ba,
getting
ba,
everyone into
ba.
it.
Union!
Yeah,
Everybody
he
in the
was
back!
chanting union with everybody. So that was well,
Yeah. But yeah, he was leading everyone in like a union chant beforehand, so that was cool.
yeah. And
And
so
and you can see these things on our Twitter or on our individual ones too. And by the way, if you're not following us on our individual ones, you can. I'm at silly double underscore Jilly, and Kyle's at Coach Almany. So
so
but you
then
can see
I
more of
headed
those.
in. Me and Todd headed in, and then you were stuck
We
around.
Yeah, so I did the march in. I love this picture. So that's with Brian Bros. He's holding BR. So BR, the tiny SOB, our favorite,
Yeah.
SOB cat. He is yeah, so Bros is holding BR. She's in her little hoodie thing there, and there's Kelsey there as well. And he was actually holding BR up kind of like Simba as we were doing our chants there. And I
Yeah.
was always amazed at how chill BR is, like, amidst all the noise, because our cats could never.
Well, remember, he was living in Union
She
Yards.
BR
Well,
is a
yeah,
girl.
yes, I know.
Yes.
She was living in Union Yards, and
Yes.
so she's probably used
Well,
to
yeah,
it.
she goes in the U2 games and stuff. So there's the march in. And I think one thing that could be good moving forward is, we're marching past all the Union Yards people and a lot of, and like everyone was watching. I thought it was such a cool environment as we're marching in and all the people around, and I
Right.
hope we pick up some people. Oh yeah, and Adam Booth was hyping up the Sons of Ben at the beginning. So he was there and he
Hmm.
did his thing. Yep. And then so yeah, we marched in. I went and saw the puppies. When after we did our chants there at the stadium at Subaru Plaza. And the plaza still had, a lot of people in there too. So
Yeah, yeah. And so we went up, saw a lineup. It was on the bench, obviously, with paternity leave, because
yeah.
of the birth of his son, and Lowe, was had that knock early in the week. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, and of note too, I know Marcus Anderson had taken a knock, so he wasn't even available.
available.
So that's gonna be interesting for Tuesday because he was in the starting lineup, right?
Correct. It was
For
him and Noah.
against yeah. So we'll see what happens with all that.
So, what was your thought on the first half of the game?
Um, I mean, it was okay. I mean, we had like decent pressure on it. We did okay. But we just really that we just couldn't finish.
We were definitely rusty. I thought the first 15 minutes we looked great coming out of
Yeah.
the gates. We were pressing, and that was one thing we were saying. Like against RSL, you got press, and I thought the first 15 minutes we had that one ball into the box that Franz just missed putting a header on. That would have been nice to get that early goal, although I still think he was offsides, but still, like, just to have that confidence, you're be able to
Yeah.
create. Um,
I was worried we were gonna be a little rusty.
I mean, it's to be expected.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been something of a union thing, although not all the times. But yeah, first 15 minutes were definitely really good. I thought they started the game, and Jim said that in his post game. He said first 15 minutes they looked great,
Yeah.
but then RSL kind of got into the game. I thought the right side of the pitch, Gomez and Kai were having a duel all night.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I also noticed that they were really watching Chicho Arango, like, Jose Martinez was around him a lot, and, like, they were really keeping tabs on him, trying to shut
so
him
I will
down.
say this. I thought they did a very good job for the most part on the night of isolating him,
Mhm.
and they didn't let him beat him.
Right.
The problem is they had, and we'll get into it. They had a goal which was a bullet by Gomez,
Mhm.
which Blake makes the initial save on and just gets a bad deflection. That
Mhm.
happens.
Yep.
That's life.
Yep,
And
just
then
up
you and
over his
then you
fingers and,
need
from where I
and
was
then,
watching that was so hard.
and then you need the other goal, a worldly
Like,
that
literally in the last seconds of regulation.
right that as Andre said, the guy's never gonna hit that ball again in his life. I
That
mean,
was just a gut punch. All of us in 136 were like,
that's what
"Ugh."
that's what goalsos are. They're
Yeah.
gut
I
punches
mean,
because you're unless you're like on our side when Jose hits that one in Orlando and you're like, oh my
when
god.
you're on the other side of things,
Yeah,
it's
I mean it
fantastic.
is what it is.
I mean, respect, that was a heck of a goal,
I,
but you
I I
hate when it's
think
against you.
I think does it suck that the Union lost last night at home? Yes. As a fan, yes. But I think in the bigger picture, they're still good. RSL was a very good team. Now, should the Union have got a point or even gotten 3 points? Sure.
Yeah,
There's a world and universe where that argument is more than valid because I
yeah.
think that is the frustration. There was the and we'll get to Daniel Gozdog's goal because in a second, but there were chances created where no one was in the box again,
Mhm.
like a pass and no one was there, or they just were misread. Again, 9 games in the season, that's a little, that's about what? That's over a third of the season. We need to start making sure people are in the box and those connections are starting to happen because, you know, with this crazy summer international schedule, we gotta create points now.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and honestly, here's the thing too. We lost to, well, the top team in the West now. They are the top
Can
team
I
in the
add
West.
something there?
Yeah.
A team, by the way, folks, that in the last 2 seasons has won 11 games, which is the most in MLS. So, from that aspect, yes, we know they are a very good road team. Also, the Union are a very good road team. So, this was a
Yeah.
very good home team
I mean,
against a very good road team. And guess who won? The road team.
yeah.
Okay, you play that game
We got
again?
to win in Nashville, but then we lost at home and you didn't have us winning in Nashville, I don't think. So I mean,
Well,
kind of,
but at the same point, it's not even that. It's just these things happen. I
yeah.
mean I mean, Austin beat LAFC. Now, I think that was in Austin. I mean, LA Galaxy.
I
Now,
was
that
gonna
was
say because LAFC they won last night on Bawanga did his thing in the waning seconds of the
I
game
know,
from
that's
what
what I
I
was
saw.
about to say. I'm
Anyway, so the usual, but you know, we lost to a very strong opponent who, we did not play terribly. Could we have done better? Absolutely. But we we were creating chances. We just couldn't finish some of them. As I think Gazdag said in when he was being interviewed post game,
right.
said like we'd rather have make chances and you know not fish them than not make them at all. Or he said something like that. Like we're creating chances, but we're
They
not.
really are.
So they just need to finish those, and we were so, so close. I mean, Danny missed one, Gazda or, Ua missed one, so there were definitely chances, and that was frustrating, and
I think it was the one where I was like, you gotta get a foot on that, but it was a great play there on the ball.
mhm.
Harrow gets in on that. Both make good runs.
And, of course, we had that one shot that we blocked our own shot. Who did hit Bedoya?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, and then, of course, that's when, like, they took it down and then scored, like, right after
Right.
all that, like, go figure. We're just like,
I mean, can I say something? Because I thought a couple things. One, let's talk about God's dog. God, we're down 1-0 at half, and you know, really that first half, what did RSL do that the Union usually do? RSL was much more physical that first half,
yeah.
and that's something the Union are used to doing, bullying people, basically beating people up, and then maybe not playing the prettiest soccer, but getting results. And RSL took it to them in that regard. And then they were forcing the Union to do that whole long ball over the top, which wasn't working. So
Mhm,
credit to RSL staff for,
mhm.
basic game. But then the second half, the Union come out a little bit more lightning behind them, no pun intended. But you know,
Some
Danny hits
yeah.
that really nice back
They
heel
did look
goal.
back like, they did some really like, especially because it was down at the river end
Yeah.
side, and we had great view of, those little back heel plays and, the little, there was that one where we almost scored, there was that little, like, um, kind of, what would you say, that, little deke that he did,
Yeah.
just that was really cool. Everyone's like, "Oh, some really good plays there," and just so close to finishing them. But we were really, I thought we came out better in the second half there and doing some good
Yeah. I
stuff.
mean, and with that goal, he ties Sebastian Two in all competitions with
Oh yeah,
56
it
goals.
was
And then
fantastic.
he just missed making
He,
history
yeah.
like, yeah, sitter,
Oh
wide
my
open
gosh.
net. And we're all just that like literally a whole bunch of the press box were like,
I mean, Danny.
I'm like sitting in the press box
Yeah.
going like that, like
I
that's that face.
I mean, I'm hoping he scores, the next
I
game.
hope he does too.
And he should, obviously surpass, but definitely that was good to see him get a goal from open play. And so I mean, really big honor for him, of course, to do that. So
It was. I
mhm,
mean, like Andre said, the worldly, union, and Jim said this too. That happens.
mhm.
You don't finish your chances. You let the team hang
That's
around.
soccer. I think that's what Danny
Yeah,
said. That's soccer.
yeah. You let a team hang around.
Yeah.
Boom. They're gonna make you punish. And Jim said that
Yeah, Jim said
that,
when you miss chances like that against a good team, it will come back to haunt you. Yeah.
and they did. And that's the reality situation now. Uh, my final thoughts on the game. Um, it sucks.
It sucks. We just felt like, just it was palpable. Uh, and can I have a rant for a second?
Yeah,
Okay. When we gave up the um go ahead goal there, okay, when being the game winning goal, people were streaming out the stadium.
I did notice
That is,
that.
I'm gonna call you people out. Okay. That's pathetic. Okay. We ended up having 7 minutes of stoppage time, and we
We
had
did.
chances in that 7 minutes of stoppage time. And that is unacceptable. We're not DC United. We're not having a fire drill, okay?
Or
Don't
Red Bull.
freaking leave the stadium early. I don't care. Oh, I gotta beat traffic. You're not gonna beat the traffic, okay? Just deal with it. Go hang out at like Union Yards or something afterward. It's a Saturday night. What are you doing? Okay. Also, I know I'm a little miffed by
Also,
that.
can I say something
Yeah.
before you go finish your rant? There was comments up in the press box. Oh, well, everybody's leaving? Really? We still got 7 minutes of stoppage time. Has anybody not watched this team? They can come
Pathetic.
back.
Pathetic. And also, okay, as a Sons of Ben member, I'm also going to call out our own. We were too quiet. Okay. I shouldn't say we because
I texted you
I
that.
was chanting and Jane and other people in our section we were trying. Okay. I'm looking around and in the river end and people are just standing there and like being quiet. Okay. This is the freaking supporter section. I see other teams, you know, going nuts at these games and stuff, and people are just standing around. I don't know if the change needs to be you have to be supporter, like if you have to actually have a membership to get your tickets there or what. I don't know what the answer is.
What, like year one?
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is.
Moved to Keystone Ultra?
I mean,
They were
they
loud.
they were
And I'm not and
and
I'm
are they
not saying
perfect? No, but I appreciate
I mean, I
what they
heard
try to
more
do.
like I texted you, like halfway through the game. Alls we were
I think
here.
coordination maybe would help, but like,
But this has been a theme now.
yeah.
And again, I'm not here to criticize Sons
No.
of Ben. We are members.
It's a thing, like,
We're not
when
going
you get
anywhere.
big,
But
it can be hard to be cohesive
exactly.
like that, and I think that's part of the problem, like, when the team started out, it was a very, very
Close knit group.
close-knit group, people were very vocal, people were very passionate, and then over time, you get all these casuals in here, or it's people that they
Well,
just show up
let's
because they like the tailgate culture of it and stuff, but, like,
but
of
even still, like we like the tailgate culture. We like the
we
friends, the
like that.
family we've
I'm
made.
just saying,
But
if you're gonna stand in the river end, you need to get loud, that is the supporter section.
I
Be a
mean,
supporter. Get loud. Okay? And I will say, like, we sounded decently loud when I was up in the press box against Minnesota, at least for a good portion of the game. Also, on that note, my friends in 136 decided that I think that I need to go back up to the press box and that Kyle, that you need to that you're allowed to go back to 136
so to our
because we
friends that
win
are
and get clean sheets when I'm in the
so
press box apparently. So
apparently it is right.
you bet.
But to
Yeah.
our friends in 136, that is not happening.
Well, I mean, I'd like to be in the press box once in a while.
Oh, you definitely will because I'm gonna bring some of my friends along. So yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And
So
you and I are gonna do some games this season together in the River End. I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna happen.
yeah.
But
I mean, as part of the one team we agree on, we like to bring you all vantage points.
whether good or
The
bad,
full experience. Yeah.
both good and
So anyway, I'm sorry. I had to rant a little bit because
no,
it
because
made me so mad seeing people leave early though. I'm like, we are not DC.
yeah, it's
Because we
fair
make
point.
fun of them when we were at DC and we're gonna be at DC next weekend. And I really hope we make them leave early. Okay. DC's been better this year, but
It'll be a good
still.
game.
Will
So
be. But
after
yeah, rant over.
after the game, I went in and Jim said, a little rusty, but they finished. I did clip up some clips, but we're having some video problems right now. But a couple interesting points. I asked Jim, and I'm going to post this tomorrow. Just one final thought from that, but basically, what are they gonna, how are they gonna rotate?
Hmm.
Jim brought up about how basically they're Seattle has a red card, so they're still trying to figure out that whole I still don't understand, like, how a red card works for this game,
Yeah.
with the resume game if
And
somebody's
by the way, Jose Martinez somehow got out of this game without a yellow card.
yeah, that
When
was
there was a lot of cards given out.
and he's limpid, so we'll see his availability as well.
Well, I know Choo Choo has to start the game.
Yeah,
Choo
so
Choo was in the game. In fact, he, I think, had the ball when the game ended.
right.
So I remember there was a lot of slipping and sliding going around on there.
There was. So, there's just a lot different, there was a lot of discussion about, like, they had today off, they train tomorrow, then they're gonna play Tuesday, then they're gonna have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're gonna play Saturday. So
Yeah, and I think well, I saw Makanya got pulled from the U2 game, which unfortunately U2 lost
yeah.
3-1 to Cincy while recording this. So that also has come to an end, their unbeaten streak. And my hopes rest on the Phillies, by the way, for salvaging a bit of this weekend because they're playing the Padres right now and it's 7-6. And we
So,
lost to the freaking Knicks today, the Sixers. So as a Philly fan, I'm a little in my feelings, but um, you know, that's yeah, there's a lot going on
yeah,
in my head.
so, I mean, what I was getting at was I
Yeah.
asked Jim that, and he said, "We're gonna prepare, try to get 3 points." Typical Jim
Yeah.
response.
Tip of the gym.
My other thing I did wanna say, I asked Danny that,
Mhm.
the so we went then into the locker room, um, or the,
The mix
m
zone.
mix zone, as I like to call it, with the kids running around.
Yes, yes. If you see any of the videos of that, you hear like the kids like screaming and
It's
running
a
around.
cool it's a cool environment to see, you
The
know
Gosdog kids,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Wagner kids are always like running around.
Wagner's, Gazdogs, Blake's. Anyway,
Yes.
we got there, Allie was, talking. He was upset, disappointed that the team's performance, you could
Yeah.
tell in his actions and
Oh
his
yeah, he
words.
made comments and he was, very uh basically very frustrated and
Yeah, I
you can read
mean
those comments. I know Tannenwald posted them, but
yeah, but I mean, he's right. I mean,
mhm,
I mean, Allie says no lies. And
that's why
then,
we love him as a captain.
yeah, and then Daniel came out. I asked him what the one thing I will say before I get to what he said on my response was, Uh, first thing was, "Hey, I that's great that I scored and tied the 2, but we lost the game." And you
Right.
could tell this was a general theme, like, "Hey, it was great that he did this, but we lost the game."
I think he
So
probably would have rather them win than have that honor.
and that was the whole vibe. And then, I asked him about, the quick turnaround. He basically said, "Hey, look, we gotta get back on it. We gotta basically train." And get ready to go. Busy week. And
Mhm.
then so that was that. But again, you could tell the frustration in his voice. They were just very upset. You can even see, like, I saw a couple other players walking by, just looked frustrated. And
Yeah.
then Andre came out after the game. You know, like I said, he said, basing on his performance, it's good, but I think we need to bring it up.
Yes.
Um, you know, uh, somebody asked about, how you feeling? First thing out of his mouth, I do not want to talk about it.
Like
So,
about his health.
yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't want to talk about his health right now. And, he was limping a little bit. I kind
Yeah.
of thought I was noticing. And then, I had a clip dialed up, but I'm not sure about the video quality. I mean, the audio quality. So I'm not going to play it right now. We will post. I think Jose Nunez, our buddy, has posted it.
Right.
Um, so you can go and listen to it. I took it. He's basically what I took it as, and Ty and I were walking out, and basically what he said was, he doesn't know how long it's gonna last. He's gonna keep playing through it and do what he can to help this team. To summarize it.
Right.
I took it as a player being very frustrated that, he had some injuries last year, having some injuries this year. He's had some spells of injuries throughout his career that, you know, they lost tonight, and that was that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've heard the comment. What'd you think?
I mean, yeah, like it was it was kind of at first like, oh, does he mean how much time does he have playing with the union and is he gonna be able to play and all that? Or is it just like how long he's dealing with these injuries? You know, not sure there, but it's just seeing Andre be, clearly not 100%, he's hurting and he gives his all to this team.
Mhm.
He does. Like, and I'm sure like if there's a chance he can play, he wants to play. That's the person he is. And just I think back to the game, I forget who they were playing last year, but that home game where he got hurt and then like he's hobbling around and he makes like a save, but he's like on one leg pretty much.
It's funny you say that
'Cause that
because
killed me inside seeing him, like, that was, like, God, like, heartbreaking seeing that. Uh,
was that the watermark right there of his career?
like,
Like,
that's where he
where it's like, okay, everything was going great, and then it was like, that was the
well,
leveler?
then we had to see Bendick for a while after that
But,
one,
like, I'm no, and
so
I just say that, like, that was, like, one of the best saves I've ever seen on one
like,
leg,
it was
and
gutsy as heck.
it was, and I guess what I'm getting at is, I I look at it and Todd asked me this, we're walking out of the presser, we're like, "What do you think as a coach?" And I'm like, "I've heard players say that, they're frustrated. Hey, I don't know how my butt" look, folks, Andre's not getting any younger. We
Yeah.
know this.
He's what, like, 32?
Yeah,
Something like that?
yeah. Like, he's had injuries throughout his career.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be a point that, like all athletes, eh, time is the greatest equalizer
Yeah.
in somebody's career. So,
Yeah. I mean,
uh,
it's he's
it
been so strong for us, and it's hard to see. I mean, I've seen this with plenty of players that have had a legacy in Philadelphia and a lot of the teams, you know. It was hard seeing guys like Ryan Howard, for instance,
right.
come to kind of the end of that and everything. And it makes you like, I just value whatever time we have with Andre because he is
And you hit
he's
the nail on
gonna
the
be
head.
one of the greatest goalies in MLS history. He's gonna be a Ring of Honor,
I
you know?
mean, yeah, I mean, you would hope so.
Yeah.
We'll see how the rest of the career
Yeah,
plays out.
and I'm in
However,
yeah.
I will say this, you hit the nail on the head there where you say enjoy the time because that's what I'm gonna say, this is amazing saves, enjoy him a little bit more, folks.
I really would like to see
His
us win something with
leadership,
him.
just enjoy it. And this goes through like with Danny, with a lot of these players right now. I know we were so close to 2022. And I just
Yeah.
want to say this, like, enjoy this team,
Yeah.
enjoy this moment. Yes, the league's getting better. Maybe we're kind of plateaued, maybe on decline. I don't know. But to have people like Danny, to have people like Andre,
Yeah.
you know, I think Andre's gonna try his best to make it to 2026. I mean, he's got an opportunity to play in Philly in the World Cup,
Yeah.
you know, uh, for his home country. And he wants to be there. I took this as he's frustrated.
Mhm.
Maybe he was starting to realize that the time is coming close.
Yeah.
And that's just him saying the time is coming close that I don't know how much longer my career is,
I mean, goalies tend to be able to last a little longer,
but not
and
with
that's
injuries.
but he's just had a really rough go of it. I'm sure it is very frustrating to him. I mean, by far the best signing we had this year was Oliver Zemla,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
and,
And
you know
you're starting to wonder maybe that was part of the plan.
I mean, I feel like Zemla gets better every game. He he's got great,
And you got
coaching
Andrew
around
Rick
him.
in the wings.
Yeah, so I I would I wouldn't mind letting Andre heal a little bit more, honestly, but, we're also
That you gotta let Andre play.
like, if Andre's good
Andre's a
enough to
warrior.
play,
I mean,
let him
it's like
play.
me. Like, yeah, I could be when I swam, I could have 10 nights in my show. I still want to swim.
Oh, yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
seriously.
sometimes you got that's where it comes to trainers just saying, "Hey, you can't go tonight." I get that.
Yeah,
But anyway,
um,
at the end of the day, union drop, time to reset,
yep,
all the famous cliches. But
yep,
what I will say is, let's not end it on a negative note. Went back to Union Yards, had a great time, got to
yeah,
talk to some people,
yeah.
and now we're getting ready for a wild week.
Yeah, so we did go to Union Yards after the game, and there were a lot of people hanging out at
Yeah,
Union Yards afterward. And so, like I said, I believe there's like half price drinks and stuff if
Mhm.
you show your Sons of Ben coin. And so we hung out there for quite a while, and then you joined us. Todd, Skylar, you guys all stopped by then.
Yeah,
And so that was fun, and we were watching the Phillies game actually there.
yeah.
And so good times there. And that, I think, hopefully, I wonder if that alleviated the leaving of the parking lots and everything, because a lot of people were sticking around, I think, more than
It
usual.
parking lot was dead when we got out there.
Well, I mean, it's always dead when we leave because we leave late. But I'm saying, I wonder if the people that were leaving earlier, like more closer to the when the game ended, if it was any better. But in any case, definitely, like, we never leave right away unless it's a school night or something, and we absolutely have to leave quickly. But almost always you're at the presser anyway. So,
Right.
it is what it is. And so at least I know Tuesday when we're against Seattle. And it's gonna be a late night and an early morning then for me the next day, but we're doing a PSSA testing, and I'm proctoring a group, so it's not like I'm teaching right away. So
So,
I don't have to function too much. And by the way, about the Seattle game, um, I was pulling up who, was in the starting lineup for
mhm.
that too. So that'll be interesting. Of
It
course.
will be. So this whole game's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Marcus Anderson and Mikel Ua were up top. Then
Yeah.
Gosdug, Bueno, Sullivan, Martinez in the midfield, and then you had Bizo, Elliott, Lowe, Harriel, and Blake. Um, and then, of course, on the bench, you had, kind of usual guys, but like Bedoya. Riel's on the bench, so he won't be. By the way, they got a win. Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Matt
Yeah,
Riel got a win with them and played all 90 minutes. He's played, I think, 2 games with them now, and he looked much happier in the
he did.
I posted this on my Twitter. Looked much happier in their celebratory picture. But
And stay tuned for something we got in the works with that, so
yeah, so I know Kai was on the bench, Jack McGlynn was on the bench. So, like, they're probably gonna make some subs, obviously, Marcus Anderson if he's still hurt, for instance. But yeah, the whole it'll be interesting because they have to start in like the 6th minute and everything. So, but we'll be there, and
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what kind of crowd we get there on a Tuesday night.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
so busy week for
And
us.
then we're going to DC.
Yep, and then we're gonna be back in Chester for Huntsville.
Yeah, for the Union 2 game. So a lot of soccer this week. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna be all we have for, this episode, the One Team We Agree On.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on our socials and comment because we love hearing from you. And if we're hoping to get some more guests lined up and
Yeah,
everything.
we
If you
we were
have,
working on that yesterday, actually, I was looking at
yeah,
that.
yeah. So, and if you have any ideas for us, please send them our way. And we do love hearing from everyone. So continue with that engagement. We appreciate it.
Yep, and until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
We'll see you at the game.